Very good evening, guys. This is Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting. Today is 10th March 2023, and by the time the video would be live on the YouTube, probably 10 to 12 days have been passed. But today, two big incidents has had happened in India and across the globe. Number one is definitely the SVB. SVB means Silicon Valley Bank. Now that bank is more or less collapsed. And now the regulator of United States, FDIC, is doing the formality to protect the investors. But the interesting fact is when this bank was collapsing, alternatively, when the balance sheet was on the run, then the regulator was sleeping as always. This isn't the first time when the regulators across the globe are in the fire line. History is witness that 2008 onwards, there are many instances when regulators themselves were clueless that what the hell is going inside the system. And all of a sudden, the system collapsed. Like in the year 2022, it was FTX, one of the top crypto exchanges at that point of time. All of a sudden, it collapsed. And the beauty is that now, probably after 6 to 8 months of the collapse, the media stopped reporting about FTX. But about the last reporting, several billions worth to be paid to the creditors. It does raises a big question that when these banks, financial institutions, oblique crypto institutions, when they were under the run, when they were collapsing, when they were, I would say, vitiating, then where were the regulators? The answer is they were sleeping, probably compromised. One more crypto platform known as Silvergate, I repeat, Silvergate, who reported a huge losses, is more or less collapsed. Although the official declaration not yet done, but having said that, Silvergate is more or less collapsed. It means that those who were preaching that the mess of the crypto is over and now crypto would be facing the bull run, and I'm sure that only on the words millions of investors across the globe bought the crypto assets assuming that the bull run is on the cards. But where the hell is bull, where is run, we are not aware about either of them. Silvergate collapse is not the standalone as far as 2023 is concerned. In the due course of time, we would be having more collapses on the cards. This is something I would like to assure you. The tactful reason is majority of the crypto platforms across the globe are unlisted in nature. Now, since they are unlisted in nature, it means that the balance sheets which they are holding is definitely not in public. Example, FTX. As we speak, FTX balance sheet is not yet in the public. We have zero information about the FTX balance sheet. Similarly, if you speak about many crypto platforms, we have zero information about their balance sheets. Now, when an unlisted entity balance sheet, you do not know what is happening, it means that there is definitely a chance of failure. And crypto is an asset in which the level of clarity in the investors is almost zero. There are many crypto assets without quoting any specific name whereby even today investors are not sure about the background of that crypto asset. They do not sure that who actually owns that crypto asset. But still they are buying these assets hoping that one day they would be making a hell lot of profit. And where the hell is profit? You are aware about the same. The very important thing which we really need to understand is that the central banks across the globe hike the interest rate. Precisely speaking, effective 2021, majority of the central banks are hiking the interest rate. And unfortunately, this hiking cycle is on the run. And I am repeatedly warning people that till the hike would continue, in this eventuality, the financial system would weaken. And this is happening. Today, on 10th March 2023, I went to Google and I saw bankruptcies in Europe and United States. I got credible data. In this data, it was clearly mentioned that the bankruptcies and failures in Europe is on the rise. Rather, in one of the article, it was clearly mentioned that Europe is facing unprecedented, I repeat, unprecedented bankruptcies, reorganizations, and failures. I'm sure media is not highlighting the same, but I personally is definitely keeping an eye in this regard. Guys, we really need to understand that sooner or later, these bankruptcies would increase. The reason for the increase is very simple because the rates which are being hiked by the central banks, the industry cannot afford that rate. Example, strictly speaking, from an example of the United States, the interest rates were approximately 0.25% to 0.5%, approximately, you can say. Or even for the sake of simplicity, you can assume half a percent. But as we speak, it is around 5%. So, assuming the industry who was taking a funding at half a percent, and now the industry is taking a funding at 5%. Kindly note that the credit cost not yet included. Now that is separate because the credit cost for Apple might be 100 bips. The credit cost of Facebook might be 100 bips. Probably credit cost for a triple B rated company in United States or probably Europe, it won't be 100 bips. It would be probably much higher than anyone being envisaged. So if the base rate, which used to be around half a percent, and now it is around 5%, and if I include the credit cost, then it might be reaching closer to 6% or probably 6.5%. The same can be evident from the fact that almost everybody in United States and Europe are cutting the jobs. And you check about Amazon, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Intel, Seagate, Cisco, almost all technological giants are cutting the jobs. Guys, to conclude my story, Silicon Valley Bank, Reed with Silvergate, both collapsed today. And I'm sure that the ripple impact, which in our parlance is known as the contagion impact, is yet to come. Do not expect that the ripple impact or the contagion impact to come immediately, because if you're expecting this, then you are definitely a great gentleman. You can envisage that because technically speaking, the contagion effect come after a period of time. Sometimes the period is 1 week, sometimes it is 1 month, sometimes even it is few months also. So contagion effect would come. And I'm telling you one thing that in 2023, many more bankruptcies, probably many more, I would say, reorganization defaults are on the cards. This is something which is bound to happen, and I doubt the central banks, even today, even after creating such a big mess, they yet to understand that. This is what I would like to say in this podcast. Very, very good evening, guys. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting Group. You knew my personal number +91 9899242978. Let me repeat +91 9899242978. Alternatively, you can visit our fixed income platform, which is www.fixedincome.global. Let me repeat www.fixedincome.global. Do remember my warning on 31st December 2022 on YouTube, when I warned the world that 2023 would be many times volatile what we had 2022. And I'm telling you, after the June, which means the first half, in the second half of 2023, which is starting from July to December, the volatility, the uncertainty would grow. You just need to wait and watch. There are ample of reasons behind that, which I would definitely be sharing on time to time basis in public. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rahul Magan. Thank you.